According to TMZ, Tory Lanez was stabbed this morning so bad that he was rushed to the hospital. Now, from what we know, Tory Lanez is not ducking any fades while he's in prison.
He walked into court with a smile. Tory Lanez left prison in a stretcher, both on the same damn day. Y'all still think this is all random? Cause the streets be saying that the cleanup has started. All right, let's break this down and separate what's confirmed from what's coming from the streets. So Tory Lanez, who is serving a 10-year sentence for the 2020 shooting of Megan Thee Stallion, was reportedly stabbed by another inmate on the morning of May 12th at California Correctional Institution. He was rushed to a hospital in Bakersfield and he is currently recovering at the hospital. And while Tory Lanez was fighting for his life in a prison yard in California, the trial that we have all been waiting for started, and trust me, it's been one bombshell after another, one celeb being named after another. From Michael B. Jordan to Lauren London to even Destiny's Child, Michelle Williams, all have been named, and this is only the beginning because more names are about to pop off.
Jury selection's been amazing. The candidates are being asked about their own connections to or impressions of an array of celebrities, and with no explanation why, at least not yet. The parlor games have begun, my friends. Everybody is trying to connect the dots between the shiny, famous names and the beleaguered rap star Diddy.
And this is where the people are alleging the Tory connection comes in. Just like the baby, Tory was once invited to a Diddy after party. Heck, then even went on live, and what Diddy said just left Tory panicking. Check this out.
But you know I got a mean, toxic side to me. And I'll be throwing that Playboy on. I can leave that on and repeat. And just let it really do its thing.
For sure.
And that's crazy. Is that, you know, out of my R&B artists, that I don't know if people would know that you are one of my favorite R&B artists.
Wow,
That's what I'm listening to in the crib when I'm getting, you know what I'm saying, when I'm doing my thing, and you know what I'm saying, with my lady, when I'm just, you know what I'm saying?
For sure.
When I'm in that vibe.
Talking about getting cheeks clapped while Tory's song played in the background, Tory was left speechless. Anyways, on May 12th, the same day Tory got stabbed, Diddy's trial began, and the opening statements exposed everything from substance-laced freak-offs with male escorts to several recorded tapes of these after parties to pictures of 1,000 bottles of baby oils. Prosecutors are calling it a criminal X enterprise that ran for decades. Cassie's about to testify, and several other celebs like A.L.B. Sure and Young Miami have already been subpoenaed, and everything is about to come out from Kim Porter's unsolved death to Nipsey Hussle's alleged plot and all other young upcoming male celebs that got blackmailed by Diddy. In the opening statements, the prosecutors said that Diddy used to host multi-day substance-fueled parties where a number of ex-workers, high-profile celebs, and executives were present. And get this, the prosecutors are going to be playing all these freak-off tapes that were secretly recorded by Diddy. A number of high-profile celebs are on these tapes, and it was already reported that when these celebs got to find out about this, they were out here shopping these videos for millions of dollars so no one could see it.
I also was just recently contacted by someone who wanted me to essentially represent them in the sale of one of the Diddy tapes.
You're saying that there's tapes and they're being shopped?
Yes, there have been people already shopping.
We've heard about the tapes, but
yes.
The shopping thing is
yes,
new.
There already have been tapes leaking around Hollywood, being shopped around to individuals in Hollywood, but one particular person contacted me to shop a particular video they were in possession of, and to contact the person who was in the video to see if they were interested in purchasing the video before it became a public knowledge.
Now, it wasn't just women that were in these tapes. Several men have already come forward talking about their experiences with Diddy, like Orlando Brown and Terrence Howard.
Yo, Diddy, you gave me the ooshka skoosmash. You gave me the ooshka smuaf, the smooshmash. Diddy. Yeah, son.
And there are other names like Brycia Gray, Meek Mill, DaBaby, Justin Bieber, and Burna Boy that were allegedly all victims of Diddy's enterprise. In fact, DaBaby was the only one bold enough to talk about these, confirmed they had to refuse Diddy's approaches.
I've had to turn down $50 million 4 times. 4 times. Just to protect my integrity and that virgin hole I was telling you about. Right. Because P. Diddy be wanting to party. And you gotta tell him no. You got to tell him no. I did.
I'm like, okay, what's the material you want to work on? He's just looking at me. Then next thing you know, okay, hey, will you help me? I want to hear your music. So I come over there and I play the music. And he's sitting there, just looking at me, like waiting. Okay. So then my assistant was like, you know, he wants to hang out with you next week. And I was like, for what? He's like, I think he's trying to fuck you. That's what my assistant said. And I was like, oh, okay.
Also, do y'all remember the Lil Rod lawsuit? In it, he said Diddy was messing and funding a Philadelphia rapper who dated Nicki Minaj and did the Super Bowl with a Vegas residency. That's Meek Mill, no guessing. Not long after, a leaked audio clip started circulating online. The voices in the recording were allegedly Meek and Diddy caught mid-act. And now people are speculating that maybe Tory Lanez was also caught up in this mess somehow, and someone tried to take him out. At this point, nothing has been confirmed, but it wouldn't be too surprising because a lot of people who tried to expose Diddy ended up in similar situations.
I'll be sure, Heavy D, and Puffy. And Kim was the longest working employee because she was there from the very beginning. She was Andre's personal assistant. Kim is dead. Heavy D is dead. Andre Harrell is dead. The only two left are Puffy and Al almost died. Isn't that interesting?
And trust the internet has a lot to say. One user said, so much going on, I'm paying close attention to the Diddy trial. Then they saying that Tory Lanez got and some are even alleging that Jay-Z might be behind this. Tory Lanez went independent and Jay-Z offered him millions to sign with Roc Nation, but he declined because he knew how labels were stealing from the culture only for Roc Nation to frame him later. Jay-Z is not for the culture, he's a just like Diddy. But I want to know what y'all think. Is this just a random coincidence or there is more to the story? Leave your comments below and click on this other video because it's just as messy.